Hello again, my name is Brian Her Mendoza, and in this video I will be demoing probably the most extensive and stress-inducing project I've ever made thus far. This project is named Stitch. It is an acronym for Sewing Templates Integrate Tailor Creativity Honorably. So this is essentially an interface that allows for users to create panels to make clothing. I made this program since I have picked up a really interesting hobby of sewing. I've been interested in making my own clothes for like a really, really long time. And this is a really good tool that I've even started using myself to actually utilize this in my current projects. So I just want to go ahead and get started right now. I'm just going to rerun the program real quick. So right off the bat, you're going to be greeted by the program given a couple of options. For now, I'm just going to play test this thing. Let's say, for example, we want to start a new blueprint. For now, I'm only starting with the basics. This thing can only really produce panels to make boxers. So eventually I will try to build upon this, but this is, after all, just a demo. But I just want to test the functionality of it just to prove that it does work. So it's going to ask us to name a project. Uh, I'm thinking about some designs that I have saved. So I'm gonna name it the whole. Well, it looks like I misspelled it, but we'll come back to that a little bit later. So it's asking me what kind of panel I can design. For this, so far I only have like a leg panel, so we're just gonna go with this for now. It's gonna ask me for the measurements so I can accurately measure the garment in terms of the reference of my actual size. So for example, if I am a 39-inch waist, which I'm really hoping goes down eventually, it's going to give us a base print of what the reference image should look like. So this would be one leg panel that you attach to the other one, but this looks a little boring. So how can we spice this up? So you could try filling the shape, see what it would look like if we actually committed a specific type of factor to it. So if you wanted to submit a reference image, we would simply agree with yes. I have some pre-saved in a secluded folder specific to this program, and it gives me these three ideas. So I did have something called the Hulk at the start. So I'm just going to choose this file. And of course, as you can see, it actually filled in the panel with images of the Hulk. I think is pretty cool. But I'm still not really feeling the background too much. I really want the image to stand out just in general. So if I wanted to change the background color, go ahead and pick the first option that I have here. And it's going to give me this assortment of colors that I can pick from. I'm going to choose green just to match with the aesthetic of everything. And this is already coming out to be a way better image compared to the bland white background. So of course you have other options here. We're not really going to exit because I do want to test out every single feature here. We did a typo on the naming of the project. The whole, that's not how you spell it. So let's go ahead and fix it. I'm actually going to name it the Incredible Hulk. And so this file is now named the Incredible Hulk. And say I want to keep this. I really want to keep it for like a really, really long time. I could just save it, and it's going to save it into the proper pathing for where it belongs. So as you can see, I did mention that this can only make boxers for now. Of course, there are types of panels that are specific to the garment itself. And then, of course, this is the file name with the name change that I just provided here. This is the name of the project, the name of the panel, as well as the JPEG file. So it is saved in its perspective directory. But let's say I get bored. It's going to ask me to save. Right now, I'm just going to reload the project. It's going to close out. But let's say I really want to come back to it. It's going to list the types of available garments in my directory of saved projects. I'm going to choose and go ahead and just pick this out. And just like that, I actually have the image saved. So while it does not show up here, if I choose to just exit, it's it's going to print, and I just access the image after exiting the program. So I think this is a really cool program that I've made. I really cannot wait to integrate other garments into this because my mind has just been filled with so much creative ideas and inspiration from this project alone. I've already made a project like this, as shown here. So I've already gotten a little bit ahead of myself. But ultimately, this is probably one of my more creative projects that has actually been the most use of me so far. So with that, I will close out. This is the demonstration of my Stitch program. I hope you enjoyed.